What's up, y'all? Straight to the point. Back again with another one. Please hit that like, sub to the channel if you're not a member, uh, and hit the notifications. Now, yesterday, man, was a very busy day um, with with trades and signings and uh, releases, and I reported a couple, but I mean, it was so many, man, that if somebody brings something up, then we'll talk about it on the fly and everything. But I did want to. What's up with it, Matt? I'm glad you're in here, man. We talking football now, man. I'm gonna talk NBA in a minute, but I had to talk about this, man, because these were some. I felt like some very crucial moves that were made in the NFL. Yeah, Sam Darnold. I'm surprised. It's like the Seahawks, man, were reaching and grabbing, for anybody, but he got a second. He got another chance, man. I'm quite surprised considering how awful he played, man. I mean, he played good in the regular season, but then when it came to the playoffs, it was like same old Sam Darnold. Yeah, they making moves. Yeah, they making moves, but they lost DK, man. you like I know, like with DK though, I look at it from a standpoint. If he goes, if Steelers Matt, it's like who's gonna deliver him the ball because now they focus on getting. Why would you go focus on Aaron Rodgers? And this leads me to my next point. When you have your future in Justin Fields, man, and I'm a Mike. Hey, listen, man, I'm a Mike Tomlin fan, man. Like, I don't want people to get this mistaken. I love Mike Tomlin as a coach, man. But Mike Tomlin, man, he should have did everything that he could to try to tell the organization to keep Justin Fields, man. And then on top of that, he should have selected him as a starter over Russell Wilson. What's up with it, underrated? Hold on a minute. He should have did everything that he could uh, to keep to keep Justin Fields. Now, Aaron Glenn got his hands on him. Aaron Glenn and the Jets got his hand on him, and Aaron Glenn is going to be successful with Justin Fields. He has a quarterback that he can learn and grow with, and on top of that, you got a black quarterback, black quarterback and a black coach. I mean, just like you had in with the Steelers. And Aaron Glenn is cleaning house, man. The Jets. Now you want to talk about the Seahawks are making moves? The Jets are making moves. You could tell Aaron Glenn his presence is being felt there, man. Yeah, exactly. And exactly, Jerry. Listen, man. The thing you got to realize, man, when Justin Fields was a starter, when Justin Fields was a starter, he did way better. He did somewhat okay in the preseason. Um, Russell Wilson had got his snaps or whatever, but Justin Fields actually outplayed Russell, really being technical. And then at the beginning of the season, everybody was like, "Oh, well, he's just game managing and all this other stuff." Well, listen, he didn't need to do no more, no less. He still was successful. You really didn't give him no opportunity to grow, and then he's on pins and needles and on eggshells, having to worry about whether or not his job. Man, you can't play like that. When he was in Chicago, if you notice, towards the end of the season, Justin Fields started really playing good, and then of course, he moved over there to Pittsburgh. Oh, of course not. Of course he wasn't a problem. He was far from the problem. Matter of fact, you want to throw him in. See, underrated. You want to throw Justin Fields in the game, in a wild card, in a rivalry, where you should have geared him up like what Tomlin should have did, because Russell Wilson hadn't been playing that good. They had not been playing that good going into that game. Russell Wilson had not been playing that good. Then on top of that, you had a hurt T.J. Watt, and they were out of sync and everything. You want to throw Justin Fields in there like just out of the cold? I'm like, nah, man. You want to start him like a couple of games? Let him get a couple of games to get the groove, and because a lot of teams are gearing up for that time of year. Everybody's getting their bodies are already warm. And Justin Fields, he's younger. Russell Wilson could barely move. You talk about Aaron Rodgers could barely move. Man, Aaron Glenn was like, man, I don't want this motherfucker over here. He's like, I want a young stud. That's where the game is going. Like you look at Jalen Hurts, even though he made up for it, man. I think he shot. I think Saquon. Saquon, and he didn't play all that great or whatever, but I think he at least should have got the regular season MVP. But that's just me. But Jalen Hurts got him an MVP. He's mobile quarterback. Jaden Daniels, mobile quarterback. Patrick Mahomes, even though he didn't have that good of a game or whatever, mobile quarterback. Josh Allen, mobile quarterback. No, that's okay. Hey, you know what? Hey, check this out, underrated. He gonna go over there. He gonna go over there to the Jets. He gonna be under the radar, because you gotta think about it. When you think about the Jets and then you think about the Steelers, think about who gets more coverage. Think about who's the more popular team. It's the Steelers. So the microscope is going to be on them all the time. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about the Steelers, you know what I'm saying? When you talk about the Cowboys, when you talk about teams like the 49ers, when you talk, even like Detroit was getting a lot of microscope coverage. You know what I'm saying? Like under that microscope and stuff. And the Steelers, they always going to stay in the news, even when they losing. The Jets, only reason they was in the news because of Aaron Rodgers and stuff like that. Other than that, now he get to focus on his game. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be one of them things where he sneak up and surprise a lot of people. And that's what I like. I've been supporting Justin Fields ever since he got into the league, man. You said I would talk about later. Okay. Yeah, but, man, listen. This move. Oh, the Jets is your squad. Okay, yeah, that's right. You in New York and everything. The Jets, man, they went on they went on kind of a drought. The Jets were always at least getting to um, at least somewhat deep in the playoffs. There was a stretch where the Jets were consistently making the playoffs, man. They were making the playoffs. At least getting into a wild card. Um, uh, conference championship. Uh, some years back, and this is another thing too. When we talk about the Jets, see, a lot of people don't realize that everybody talk about this Aaron Rodgers BS. Uh, I'm gonna name some quarterbacks that had a better record when they were playing with the Jets than Aaron Rodgers. Chad Pennington, he had a better record than overall than Aaron Rodgers. Mark Sanchez, Mr. Butt Fumble, had a better record than than Aaron Rodgers. Vinny Testaverde, I know y'all probably can't stand Vinny Testaverde or whatever. He had a better record than Aaron Rodgers when he played overall. And all of those guys were making the playoffs, Jerry. And uh, Lord behold, Brett Favre, he had a better record, and he outplayed. He had better numbers than Aaron Rodgers. Go look it up, man. So that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody talks about this Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers. I wasn't on the Aaron Rodgers hype train. Then on top of that, listen, Devontae Adams, he saw the writing on the world. Man, listen, I'm gonna be real with you, Jerry. Man, they did y'all a justice. They did y'all a great thing, man, by getting rid of the head of the snake, by firing I think it was the GM, the general manager. Like, they cut the head of the snake off. Now that organization, they needed to clean house. That's sort of what the New York Giants need to do. Teams like the Cleveland Browns and the Carolina Panthers and all them, they got like really messed up organization because of the front office. The Jets are making a move, and I like Aaron Glenn, man. I thought that was dope, man. So they cleaned up your organization. Look, man, I don't just talk about just one team, man. I talk about, look, Lord behold, you happen to be a Jets fan. You know what I'm saying? The only other person I know on this YouTube that is a Jets fan is the brother Outlaw. Shout out to Outlaw. That's the only other person I know that's a Jets fan. And Myles Garrett, man, I'm trying to figure out what the hell. Why did Myles Garrett Myles Garrett, everybody wanted him. Now I know what happened. The Cleveland organization, they try to put him on a pretty much a headlock, man, and in a nice way or whatever. They threw him a bag and everything, man. But man, I would have had to force my way out of there or something, man, because it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same result next year. It's gonna be the same result. Whereas, you had an opportunity to be in Detroit, contender, to be with the Commanders, contender, to be in another with another, come back home in Dallas to try to rejuvenate some things. But you want to stay over there for the bag, man. I guess I'm kind of upset because I wanted Myles Garrett. I wanted him to go somewhere else. I don't want Myles Garrett to, I want him to be successful like a Von Miller, man. I want him to be successful like a Von Miller. Now I know they just released Von Miller over there with the Bills and stuff. But you said Garrett should turn down. Yeah, exactly. What's up with it, Stephen Green? Make sure y'all go sub to Stephen Green. And Underrated Darkness too, man. Make sure y'all go sub to this channel. You said the bag is greater than winner. Not necessarily, man. Not in a lot of cases, man. I gotta disagree with you on that, Underrated. Not in this case. Absolutely not, man. If that's the case, um, let me give a prime example. Um, if that's the case, why is Tyreek Hill unhappy? Tyreek Hill got a lot of money with Miami. He got a lot of money or whatever. But when he was over there with the Kansas City Chiefs, guess what? He was winning titles and stuff, and he was happier. Man, he's miserable over there in Miami now, man. You know what I'm saying? He up in there saying, "Oh yeah, well, Tua is a greater quarterback. He's a greater quarterback than than Pat Mahomes and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, Pat Mahomes steadily getting to either the conference finals or getting the Super Bowls. Your ass is stuck over there in Miami with Tua that can't never stay healthy. And then on top of that, you didn't even make the Pro Bowl this year. And that's money right there. That's that that's dollars. He didn't make the Pro Bowl this year. So nah, man, it's not always like that. It's not always like that, underrated. And then you look at CeeDee Lamb. He got a bag. Guess what? They not successful. Look at Dak Prescott. He got the bag. Guess what? He wasn't successful because he got hurt. Now, if you're talking about like, okay, you got the bag, you hustled them, you got on up out of there and everything, and you don't really care about the game like that, then yeah. But Myles Garrett, if you've seen the way that he plays, man, he plays with a viciousness, like he cares about a game. When I see Myles Garrett, I see the passion of a LT. I see the passion of a Ray Lewis. I see the passion of a Urlacher. You know what I'm saying? I see the passion, bruh. You know what I'm saying? It'd be different if we would talk about DeMarcus Lawrence or some shit like that, get that money, and then he act like he don't even care no more. I see the passion of a Jerry Rice. You know what I'm saying? Jerry Rice never cared about money. What's up with it, Alex? But you see what I'm saying? What I'm saying, underrated man. If I got a chance to go, he wants a ring. He wants the championship, man. I mean, yeah, you got the money and everything, but go handle what you need to handle. Like look at Von Miller, man. Von Miller, okay, he got the bag too. He got the bag while he was in with the Denver Broncos, but the Denver Broncos, you remember, they did him wrong. They screwed him. Elway and all them, they did him wrong. Guess what? He was like, well, fuck it. I get another championship over there with the LA Rams. Said hi. Anyways, like I said, man, Myles Garrett, man, he should have went. Like, you had a chance to play in the Commanders. Listen, the Commanders are making moves, man. They just signed an offensive tackle from the Texans, LeRae. I forgot his last name, Tunsil or something like that. From the Texans, he offensive tackle. They beefing up everything over there with the Commanders. They beefing up their defense. They beefing up, which is what they needed to beef up. They got their receiving core down. I wish Devontae Adams would have went over there with a Deebo Samuel, but I'm not sure how that would have worked out money wise. You know what I'm saying? But they got Deebo Samuel. Nevertheless, I would have liked to see like Aaron Jones get over there. I don't know what's going on with Cooper Kupp. If anybody knows what's going on with Cooper Kupp, because I heard they having some problems over there. So, yeah, man, the Commanders are for real, man. And I've been saying this since last season. Everybody, oh no, Polo, you captain. Stephen Green didn't have no faith in the Commanders. I think it was Ted didn't have no. Man, of course, man, they got it. All they needed to do was really beef up their defense. Everything else was straight. I mean, they could have caught the balls a little better, man. When because Jaden Daniels actually had a pretty good game. What he had 255 yards. He threw an interception at the end of the game, man, and it wasn't really even his fault. He had and his completion percentage was real good for him playing in the conference finals as a rookie, man, or the conference championship as a rookie. So, Yeah, the Commanders, they definitely making moves. I'm trying to think of who else. I like that Carlton Davis. Carlton Davis got signed to. Yeah, yeah. They, and they were trying to sit up there and they were trying to blame Jaden Daniels. Oh, well, maybe he's not ready and all. Nah, his passes were on target. This guy is very accurate, man. I don't understand. Like when I say that he's better than Lamar Jackson already, I really mean that. I'm not saying that because I'm a prisoner of the moment. Go look at the way that this guy plays. Maybe the only thing I would say Lamar Jackson has on Jaden Daniels is athleticism. That's about it, athletic ability. But you can't really even say that either, because Jaden Daniels can scramble, move. He's real quick and stuff like that. He runs smooth when he runs, kind of like how Vince Young. Vince Young, he didn't look fast, but he was fast. Oh yeah, Chicago Bears. Yeah, and I want to see Caleb Williams do a lot better. What are you doing, man? I want to see the Chicago Bears Caleb Williams do a lot better. He got to bounce back this season. He got to bounce back this season. Jaden Daniels clearly outplayed him, and believe it or not, underrated. I got to be real with you, man. I thought that Caleb Williams was gonna have a better season than Jaden Daniels. I'm just being honest with you. But like I said this a couple of days ago. I said about 3, 4 days ago. I said Jaden Daniels after about that fourth game, I was like, man, he's easily. I mean, on every single level, man. I mean, this you talking about a dude. You talking about as a rookie, he had over 100 QBR rating as a rookie, man. As a rookie, getting to the championship as a rookie, man. All he needed to do was win one damn game, and then that's it. He'd have been cooking with grease, man. He'd have been cooking with grease, man. So, but like I said, man, yeah, Chicago definitely got to bounce back. Um, no, yeah, a lot of it wasn't his fault, but Caleb Williams did. Like I said, man, Chicago's another one where they front office is kind of like real shaky, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like you wonder what they're doing, like the Raiders, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Ever since Mark Davis took over for his pops and stuff, Al Davis, it's like, man, what the hell is Raiders doing? Why would you get rid of Antonio Pierce, man? Like, I thought that was stupid. Why the hell would you get rid of Antonio Pierce? That's what I want to know. I would love Antonio Pierce on our staff. Matter of fact, I like him as a head coach, man. Like I like Bowles and everything, man. But hey, man, we're gonna pretty soon, man. We're gonna have to go. And listen, man, I don't like my brothers losing their job and no shit like that. But I think we're gonna have to probably go in another direction pretty soon. You know, because Bowles is becoming so predictable, man. He's becoming so predictable, man. Like with what he's doing. Antonio Pierce, okay, you had a bad season. You got to get that dude time. Even with Gerard Mayo, I don't like the way Gerard Mayo was done. I don't like the way he was done. Give him another season, but you bring somebody else that's within the organization, and we all know, the skin pigmentation has a lot to do with that, probably. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no, listen, I like, Robert Kraft. I don't have nothing against him. You know what I'm saying? Because Robert Kraft, one thing I'll say about Robert Kraft, he's the complete opposite from what Jerry Jones is in the sense that, he don't want to be all in the video, all on TV and all that. But yeah, they should have gave Gerard Mayo and Antonio Pierce, guys like that. I mean, after 1 year, one season, man, you can't, like, with all the stuff that an organization like the Raiders, like all that stuff that they got to work on and stuff like that. Antonio Pierce ain't gonna do it all in 1 year. Yeah, I mean, we're starting to see it a little bit more with the quarterback position because they're trying to market off of us now, Jerry. They're trying to market off of us now. They figured, oh yes, well, a black quarterback, yes, it sells. They can move. They're athletic. They're cool. We could bring hip hop in there. That's how they think. You know what I'm saying? But before, it was like, it was unheard of when they seen, Warren Moon playing quarterback. You know what I'm saying? It was unheard of to see a Cordell Stewart playing quarterback. You know what I'm saying? They didn't think we had the intellect. They kind of like niggas, that, down here, down south, they think that niggas is slow and don't have the intellect and stuff because of our lingo. Well, it's the same interpretation when we talk about the quarterback position and how the masses think, oh well, these guys, they're black, they're more cut for running backs and receivers and defensive line and linebackers. They don't have the intellect to play quarterback. Now I was gonna talk about Joker, man, but I gotta ride out, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit the notifications too. Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Shouts out to the LDBC basketball boxing community. Till then, man, I'm gone.